Hey traders from around the world, what is going on? It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com. Hope you're doing incredibly amazing, wonderful, stupendous, and fantastic. We have a lot to talk about today, so let's just go ahead and dive right in. First and foremost, the SPY ending with a little bit of a bullish candle. This is an interesting gap up that we had today, and I do think that we will continue higher tomorrow. Realistically, we just pulled into the exact same spot that we bounced the other day for the most part. Had a big sell-off on Friday, and that was because I was unable to trade. That's usually what happens. Is anytime that I'm away from the trading station, somehow the market knows it and just decides to absolutely free fall. So anyway, we had a giant, gorgeous sell-off on Friday, but that was not surprising. At least I don't think so. Even though it was a tweet that caused it, this was a very, very nice retest gap that needed to fill, and it did fill it to its entirety on Friday. As of right now, this was my note from this morning. Most likely today ends with a high wave inside day candle, buy low or sell high. Be cautious on easy breakouts. And that was just pretty much it. This gap does need to hold. If SPY goes green to red today, we will visit 276 before September 10th. And we did hold today. So we did close green. We didn't go green to red on SPY. It really traded sideways for the vast majority of the day. And really the most buying came in like the last 10 minutes on SPY. So good close, interesting little move. And if I'm looking over here on the E-minis, my thought process on this move will be some type of dip buying opportunity later today. Something like this, and this. But I do expect some higher moves from here after just a giant sell-off very quickly on Friday. We really just pulled back into some same support levels that we've bounced before. I mean, back here on August 6th and August 15th, and now August 26th. A lot of stocks had some gap ups today. I mean, pretty much across the board, anything that you're looking at had a gap up today after the big sell-off on Friday. So Apple, did its thing. I did play Bristol Myers today. It was a very good gap. At least I thought it was a good gap, and it did not work. So I lost 1R on Bristol Myers. Here's a 3-minute trade, and here's how I played it. Pretty much gorgeous, perfect candle, entry here, stop there, got stopped out. Could have moved a stop to here, almost did it. Would have still lost on the trade, but all good. Just a great gap that did not work. I will keep an eye on it though for a potential continuation higher tomorrow or the next day, because here's the long-term moving averages in the 200 acting as a little bit of a resistance. So depending on what Bristol Myers does over the next 2 or 3 days, be watching that one really closely. Amazon had a really beautiful bounce today. I loved this bounce on Amazon. What was great about it is you had a very strong support here and here. It barely went lower, just by a few pennies earlier today. And I'll kind of zoom in on a 5-minute chart to talk about that. But this is a good buying support location. If you're wondering why, I mean, again, we bounced here on August the 5th. And we came back down to it just yesterday. Here's the 5-minute chart on Amazon. And this trade was just right in front of my face earlier today. Entry here, stop down here. Very nice high wave candle. Very pretty volume after it made a new low, right? Taking out the low of yesterday. So some people hopped on bearish, looking for it to continue lower. They got trapped. You had some people who went long. It was a beautiful setup. Unfortunately, I didn't play it. I wish I did, but that would have been a glorious entry on Amazon. So since I missed it, I'll be watching this one really closely the next 4 days actually to try to get that R, because I recognize the opportunity. Beautiful bounce, really gorgeous candle, and I do expect the markets to gap up tomorrow and most likely continue higher. I don't know if they will, but what I can say is if there's any weakness and we have a strong gap down tomorrow in the markets, then we're certainly going to get some selling. All right, had a lot of requests for today's stock review. Here's Activision, ATVI, and Activision is just in a gnarly accumulation phase. we are trading sideways, and we've been trading sideways for about the last year on Activision. And I do think it's a matter of time before Activision breaks up to the upside. Few traders that I know are just accumulating some shares or some longer term call options over the next few weeks and months, just buying low, selling high, and being patient overall on Activision. Here's the monthly chart. Monthly chart, right, had this massive sell-off, but just looking at it big picture, I mean, you pulled back 50%. So 50% of this massive move, and if we're just doing a fib really quick as well, here's a Fibonacci retracement, pulling down into this support, right? We retraced the 61.8% level on Activision. So this is a good spot for it to accumulate and kind of chop around sideways. Here was a day trade that Jason Pags sent us in the morning room. This is one that we were looking at, taking this breakout of this consolidation right here. Nice little move, overall. It was a good gap on Activision today. It did not go down bearish. It was a bullish gap up like the rest of the market. My buddy Robert Falco has a covered call at 52.50 on Activision, and that'll be fun to see what that does. But overall, just kind of bullish to neutral, longer term on that one. SMSI, Smith Micro Software. Here's the weekly chart, and the weekly chart on this particular company looks a little bearish. A lot of volume is coming in though. That's really useful to know. Tons and tons of volume coming in on SMSI. So really all happening from this particular gap right here. So my thought on this one, I guess, realistically, is I would just look to buy a dip on it. It has pulled into the 10 EMA 3 separate occasions and has bounced the last 2. So coming back down here, it could easily bounce again. If it does come into the 20, that'd probably be the next spot to look to buy a little bit of a dip on SMSI right around here. And if it goes down a little bit lower, also you could look to buy it around 5. But yeah, you're welcome to keep your eyes on this one as a potential bounce, mostly just because of the volume. So I'm gonna throw this one on my list and keep an eye on it for a bullish swing trade. Let's go check out TSEM really quick and look at this one. TSEM, this is one that gaps pretty frequently. Tower Semiconductor, right? So it's a semiconductor stock, and it's been really moving decently well recently. What I'm gonna do is hop over here to a weekly chart and show you some really big picture trends, because I do think that this particular company, along with some other ones, are working on a big double bottom. You'll notice that it took out this downward trend line that was really holding it down for a while. And now you got some bigger picture trend lines here acting as a resistance and then here acting as a support. So best case scenario, TSEM trades back down to 15 and you get a chance to buy it there. Otherwise, as it's hanging out, I could make an argument, if we kind of squint your eyes a little bit, that this could be some form of a double bottom. So if we hang out here and then start showing more bullishness in the next few days or weeks, then yeah, looking at probably playing TSEM bullish. Other really quick update that has nothing to do with trading. I did finish my climb this weekend. I think a lot of you were rooting for me, and for those who did, thank you very much. It means the world to me that you all care so much. And it was a wonderful, incredible, marvelously difficult, astronomically hard challenge this particular weekend. I stayed up about 44 hours straight, and during that time, over 30 hours of straight climbing incredibly steep hills numerous times over and over and over again. And I was one of the top 20% to finish, and had some really great, phenomenal opportunities to meet some wonderful human beings, spend time with incredible people, and just have the opportunity to motivate, inspire, and enrich many lives on the hill that day. So great weekend. Utah, thanks for being so kind to me. Wonderful opportunity, great, tremendously fun experience, and I will certainly be doing it again in the future. But yeah, it was a very good feeling to accomplish that. So thanks for all those who were asking and inquiring about that. Great, an amazing, fantastic weekend. All right, 2 others that were requested. INS, Intelligent Systems Corporation. Here's the weekly chart, and this thing is moving. I mean, we're talking just randomly huge volumes coming in back in May 2018 and never stopped since then. Just buy, dip, buy, dip, buy the dip. The daily chart, right? You had 1 day of a pullback yesterday and then automatically already a little bit higher. Pretty incredible. I wouldn't specifically run out and say this is the exact time to buy it right now since it made an all-time high today, but it does obviously seem that you have a very strong bullish trend in a pretty volatile stock. So yeah, if you're a fun, active, aggressive trader, you can certainly keep your eyes on this one as an opportunity to make some money moves in a big way. And last but not least was OC, Owens Corning. This one was requested as well. Here's the weekly chart. And what's interesting on the weekly chart is it looks like it's trying to just build a little bit of pressure. So you have some higher lows coming in right here. So here's some higher lows, and here's kind of some higher highs as well. A little bit of an upward channel, and we're kind of right in the middle. So far, since it is just Monday, this particular candle has a shaved top candle. The high and the open is the exact same, and we did gap up. So on ticker symbol OC, if we break above the high of today's candle and start moving higher, then I would say this would be a really good target around 59.17 and then eventually 63.32. Although this stock does look like a nice long-term buy low, sell high opportunity, I really like the fact that it's interacting with the 100 simple on a monthly chart on ticker symbol OC. So big picture, had a really strong pullback. It's now accumulating, and I don't see anything that looks spectacular for a short-term trade, but for a long-term trade, potentially. Well, folks, so many good things to talk about, review, and look at. You'll be hearing from my good man, Scott McKay, as he's here in Nashville, Tennessee this week, working with me all week long. And then next week is the retreat. The Nashville Trading Retreat, second annual for real life trading. That starts next week. So you'll be seeing videos, pictures, so much goodness, Instagram posts, tweets, Facebook messages. It's all good. Enriching lives is part of the mission at Real Life Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Ladies and gentlemen, you rock. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Bye.